There's an interesting phenomenon that I've noticed over the years in my practice as a psychotherapist and as a regression therapist. It has totally grabbed my attention, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a phenomenon, and it's also a problem. The phenomenon that I've noticed is that as we go along in our lives, we may be retreating from life because of a fear we have. And this fear we have is totally involved in life. It's totally a part of life, but we don't know what to do with it. The fear I'm talking about, the phenomenon I'm talking about, is the fear of death. The fear of what's going to happen through the dying experience for me, or what's going to happen on the other side for me, almost stymies us in our courage to live life fully. So I've made a study of all of this, and I have come to some conclusions I'd love to share with you. But first I'd like to talk about the importance of becoming more conscious, because it seems like the more conscious we become, the less fearful we are. This is an interesting thing. So, becoming more conscious to me means I'm willing to more and more face the things I'm scared about in my life, like feelings, like childhood issues, parental issues, all of these things. Maybe my culture has been painful. Whatever has made me become more protected. I've got layers over my heart. I'm guarded around people. The more we face those sorts of things, the more conscious we become, the less of a victim we are in this amazing journey of life. We can begin to say, I'm responsible. I'm making these choices. And whatever the results are part of my learning. I don't have to blame someone else. That's what I call getting conscious. Becoming more and more responsible and in charge of our lives. We also, in getting more conscious, we get to get into our bodies. That means that, for me, that means that we're not living in our heads and rationalizing everything. It means that we get to feel what we feel, and we notice how it affects our bodies. And I want to really emphasize this, because in the work that I've done over the years, I've come to appreciate the amazing, amazing importance of our body in this process of becoming conscious. We think we might be becoming conscious just in the mind, but we're actually bringing consciousness into our bodies. That's exciting. Quantum physicists tell us that the more we bring in higher energies or higher emotions, like compassion, the more our body shifts, the more we come into harmony with ourselves. So, for me, becoming conscious is not only facing all of our pain and our sorrow and our fears, but it's also allowing ourselves to really live in our bodies. Because the interesting thing is, the body is the one that helps us feel more delight, more joy, more fun. If we didn't have the body, we couldn't experience that. So delight and joy are very much a part of becoming conscious as well. In like manner, by becoming more open and whole and conscious, we suddenly have more courage to face this whole phenomenon and fear-based archetype, I call it, of dying. So when we have more courage for life, we have more courage for looking at what might happen when we die. And as my clients have worked with this, as my students have worked with this, talking about dying, talking about becoming more aware of dying. It's amazing. We start laughing more, we have a good time. It's like something that has been forbidden and now can be spoken of, gives us a great deal of ease. We do have so much information that's available to us if we choose to become more conscious. I hear people say, well, I don't want to talk about dying. That's so depressing or morbid, or who wants to do that? I want to live. But do you know when you're going to die? Do you know what is going to occur for you, or what you'd like to occur for you? Of course we don't think when we're in our 30s that might be an option. We're going to live until we're 80, so why think about it? But of course we know people who've died at very young ages. They may or may not have been prepared. So, becoming more conscious, facing these fears, all of this is a wonderful way of handling this phenomenon that we have of being frightened around our death. Until next time, I just want to leave you with a blessing. May you live more freely, more consciously, and more fully. Blessings.